because these little delicate phalanges are very, very tender. And so I'm rubbing that in. You can see. I'm covering it and see. And it looks pretty gnarly right now. And I'm going to just rub that in with my finger. And, you know, like I said, make yours a little thicker. This is just an idea of how to do it. And then I'm going to go in there. And I mean, the tissue paper way is like the easiest, simplest, quickest way to do it. A really complicated way would be to make glue prosthetics, but that's with Elmer's glue. I mean, if you have time, you can make those and stick and glue them, but they don't stay as well, and there's just it takes a little more labor to put those in there. But you can paint out glue prosthetics on wax paper, but that's like more supplies and more effort for something that doesn't have enough time to do it. But yeah, that looks pretty gnarly. And like I said, you're going to paint the outside of it well enough that it's going to blend in. You want to make sure you use a good couple of coats of liquid latex on the outside of it, so it will take to the coloring. But you know, I did it fast. Here's our blood scab, and this is the coolest product that I've ever used, and I love it because it makes realistic looking cuts, and it's gooey, and that's why I've got this. You're going to take the business end of your spoon. This is the butt end, and you want to smear that in there. It looks really, really grody. You want to smear that in the inside of your wound. You're going to need something like a spoon, a plastic spoon or something, to really get that in there. And you want to fill the whole wound in. And I have plenty to spare. I don't need this for Strom. I only needed it for Ash and all of Ash's cuts. I might need a little bit just for the outside of my trach wound, but otherwise I don't really need this for him. But you want to be liberal with it. Just friggin' fill that shit in and make it thick and gooey. Make sure you fill it in on all the edges here. And make sure you follow your rips and tears, and that this stuff is on the inside of the wound, because you want it to appear like a darkened black abyss. And you can get the outside edges, the underside edges of your stuff with it, and just kind of smear that on there. Don't want to tear off my thing here, but just this gooey, nasty thing like that. You can smear that in there. Somebody's going to come off, but I have a trick there. I'm just going to stick that back on there with that. And then for the piece de la resistance, I've got blood everywhere. I'm just kind of gonna smear it wherever. You can smear it around the edges and stuff and get really gross with it, because this stuff is really nasty. For the piece de la resistance, if I can find where my fucking paintbrush went. got here is just regular blood gel. Buy it at Walmart for like $1 for a tube. This is kind of a little bit more expensive stuff because it smells nice and it tastes good. And it's a little gooier than the other kind. But paint that over everything and start bloodying it up. Give it this really shiny effect that looks awesome. I don't want to use too much of this, but and get that on the inside of your thing to make it look fresh. And this is a little bit more coagulated than the kind at Walmart, which is actually kind of pissing me off because it's not working exactly how I want it to. I use this to smear on some crap with ash. The kind at Walmart runs a little better, and that's the kind you're going to want to do to make a bloody mess. But I'm painting, see, the phalanges here. These little gross, meaty bits that came off. And just keep painting. This is a labor of love. And let's fill in some of these little blanks here. And see, look at him. He's a gross little bit. See how gross he is? Look at him. He's disgusting. And you're going to want to put some blood, obviously, everywhere. To the gushing. Gushing from his face. And here's my cheapo stuff that runs a little lighter. And I'm going to put a big dollop of it, and I'm going to let it do what nature does. Oh, God. And I'm just going to direct him to do what he does best. And just, like I said, this runs like real blood. Whereas the other stuff is nasty gel stuff. And I'm just kind of urging him. And you're gonna want to smear it up and just kind of let it do what it does. And I'm going to turn. Here is the completed look. So like I said, let nature take its course and let the kind of cheapo blood, which runs like real blood, do its thing. And just, see, I just ripped my skin right off, but I can keep that. There you go. Hoffman's. Just measure this on my face. Oh, Jill, you bitch. You bitch. I checked the papers. I see that little girl, you fag.